Hey guys, this is the next video in our tutorial series about LifeLeech development and especially actions. So now we are talking about targeting. How do you target something in the world to perform your action upon it? So we are doing again two example actions which are very similar to the last video, so you can follow it easily. We made a suicide action in the last video and made an action which allows us to kill ourselves. Now we're making an action which is just kill, and we can kill anyone we select. So, and I show you how you configure your action so you can select enemies to get killed. It's relatively easy, straightforward. So first, again, we make a new blueprint with our action base blueprint, action base BP. Select. So, and then we call it just, I don't know, kill ability, for example. Now we open it up. Okay, let's give it the name kill. We don't want it to be looping. Everything else can be okay, can stay that way. Now let's take a look at action targeting. So our action does require a target. So if we put this check mark in, if the action system does not find a valid target, it will not start the action actually. So we say we require it, and we say the target is an actor. An actor is anything that is placed in the world. Then we could select if we allow enemies to be targeted and allies to be targeted. And now we need to set the method which is used to find the target. And we use cursor trace, which casts a line from the mouse cursor into the world and finds what is under the mouse cursor. So for our action to find a target, we just need to point at it with the mouse. This is what cursor trace does. Okay, target actor types. Then we need to select types of actors we allow to be selected. So add an element. For example, we take pawn. Pawn is everything which can move around in the world, which would be characters, for example. So we take pawn. We could add more if we want. Like we could also select world dynamic, but we keep it at pawn. And we could actually select specific classes. You can select classes, for example. We could select like our zombie, so only zombie gets selected. And we can add in more, like only, for example, without A. So I'm used to C++. LL enemy character, so only enemy characters can be selected, but we don't really need this right now. And that's pretty much it. So we say we do require a target. Our target should be an actor. We want the actor which is underneath the mouse cursor, and we only take it if it is of type pawn. Okay. Now, as always, we need on start. And now we can make get target actor action state, which is here, get target actor. This is the actor which has been found. So now we cast this to an character, Okay. Since this can be any kind of pawn, not only a character, the cast could fail. So we go from fail straight to complete. So our action completes and we don't lock up our ability. Like in the best case, we would configure it the way that it can only select valid targets, but we keep it simple for now. And then we do the kill exactly the same way we did with the suicide function. And we go to complete from there. And that's it. So this should allow us to kill something underneath the mouse. Okay, now we again need to add it to our character to be able to use it. Possible actions. Plus kill ability, there it is. Compile, save, close, and run it. So, single player. You also see our map is under continuous construction, so sometimes it looks a little bit empty, but this is because it's under construction and we are under fire already. So where is it? On the G key. So we hold the mouse and we hit G and they just die. Pretty simple. Well, they die a little bit funny, they move around because the kill function is not what you should do when killing someone. You should actually use a damage causing, but damage causing will be its own video, and this is the right way to kill an enemy, and then they also will not be glitchy like this. The kill function is more if the damage cause function has caused enough damage, it will invoke the kill function to set all the properties correctly and clean up stuff. So we're kind of abusing it a little bit. But it's simpler than causing damage, doing damage calculations and stuff like this. So yeah, but you can see it does do the job, it does work actually, it kills them. Yeah, great. So this is how you find an actor underneath your cursor. Pretty simple. Now let's make another one. Action based blueprint, select, and call this blink ability. So a blink pretty much is a short range teleport forward. And this is what we're doing right here. So I show you, this is to show you the vector target, because this is the second targeting option we have. So let's first call it blink. We don't want it to be looping, because in most cases a blink would have a cooldown or something. So we do require target, and our target is a vector, and we don't want to have cursor trace. This would give us a position in the world where the cursor points at the mouse cursor, so we could teleport there, for example, but we would want to blink forward in the direction the character is facing. So we take forward. This will give us a directional vector which goes from -1 to +1 on each of the axes. And I show you how to work with it. It's easier to just show it to you. Okay, we need again our on start. There it is. This is always executed if the action starts. Then we need get target vector. So this is our forward vector which our action system determined. Okay, now we want to do a teleport. Doesn't it work? because we are in the wrong context. We need to teleport from the pawn. So we get the initiator. Get initiator pawn, which is the pawn that initiated the action, that executed, that started the action. And we want to teleport this pawn exactly like we did on the send home ability. So we do a teleport. Okay. Now we need our destination and destination location and destination rotation. So easiest way, we just copy this, our pawn, we get actor transform, which gives us a current transform. So we split the struct up and we get the location, rotation and scale of this pawn, which is our character we control. So we just plug in the rotation, so the rotation doesn't change when we teleport. And with the location we now do some calculation, because we got this forward vector. And as I said, a directional vector goes from -1 to +1 on each axis. And that means it goes at a maximum of 1 unreal unit on each axis. And 1 unreal unit is 1 centimeter. So 100 unreal units would be 1 meter in the game. So what we want to do is a multiply. So multiply with float, vector times float. And now we just multiply it with how many units we want our blink to go. For example, we wanted to go 5 meters, which are 500 centimeters. So we would multiply it with 500. And then we add this to the current location. Plus vector plus vector. So the location of our pawn, the character we control, will be added to the forward vector multiplied by how far our blink should go. In this case 5 meters, 500 centimeters. And this is our new destination. Destination location. So, and then again we want to complete. Okay, and that should actually work. Let's find out. Display character. Possible actions. Plus blink ability. Run the game. Single player. And we have a blink. It's not bound to any key. Let's just get rid of this. We can just hit here and like select, for example, the T key, and now we should be able to blink with T, and yeah, we can. We blink 5 meters in the direction we are looking at each time we hit a key. Well, we can blink through walls, just like a blink should work. So, blinkability, yeah, and you can play around with the other settings here, like you have a distance, which is pretty much the maximum distance away from the initiator. Your target can be selected. If it's further away, if I select something further away, the action will not execute, will not start. You could use like the cursor trace to find a valid point to teleport to. We could actually try this. I guess so, cursor trace, yeah. So now it's no longer a directional vector we get, but it's just the position we are pointing at with our mouse cursor. So we don't want to multiply, and we also don't need to don't need the location of our pawn anymore. We still keep the rotation to not change location on our teleport. And we plug it straight in here, and then it should teleport us there. Let's see if it works. I'm actually not 100% sure, because it could be that we are pushed underneath the map if we teleport like this. But we can try. Something I wanted to do. Yes, I wanted to rename it because that's no longer a blink, that would be just a teleport, right? So, and we have now cursor trace, and we go to world static, which is, for example, the landscape underneath is world static. Let's try it out. I don't know if it works. We will see. T. Oh yeah, it works. And yeah, we did something bad. Probably we selected something we couldn't really teleport to. So there's obviously some care you need to take if you actually make these actions. You wouldn't make them that simple. We do them right now. But yeah, you see that the basic system works. And you can play around with these settings, and we can add more settings. And right now we don't really see what is selected on the UI. This is also going to change. At some point we will go into visualizing our actions more. What is the area of effect radius, for example, and stuff like this, so the player actually sees what he is selecting right now. So, but now you know how to work with the initiator, you know how to work with targets, and this is very basic and very important. On the next video we will go into a little bit more juicier stuff. We will go into animations, because we need to animate our action so it looks nice and we see what's going on. And yeah, there's a little bit of stuff to animation. And if you want to prepare for this video, it doesn't come out today, but in the next days, maybe tomorrow, maybe a day after tomorrow. But if you want to prepare for it, go to the Unreal YouTube channel and check out the animation live trainings, because we are not changing the whole way how Unreal do it. We just add on top of it, and we do it the Unreal way. So if you know how animation blueprints work, if you know how animation montages work, you're very good prepared to understand if we go into action animation, because we are building on top of what Unreal offers us pretty much, and try to make it a little bit simpler even, and try to automate a little bit more. And this is what I want to show you, how this works. And I guess after animations we will already go into multiplayer, because you should understand a few things about multiplayer and how replication works to make a multiplayer ready action. So thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.